Hello, everybody. QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I am back today with another episode of Zero City. As you can see, we have a visitor outside of our building. For whatever reason, I can never remember what this thing's called. Let's go resolve that right from the beginning. Very important stuff to cover when we're covering a brand new event. Brand new video just starting out, and then we go get distracted right from the beginning. At least that's the way things go on this channel. Shelter. There we go. It's our shelter. Drawing a blank there. Anyway, we got a visitor outside our shelter, and as expected and as mentioned, it is a new The Way of type event, and we've seen these before in Hustle Castle and American Dad. I don't know if it's added yet or not, but we've definitely seen at least two here in Zero City. This might be the third. Let me know in the comments if you know for sure, but I think it's the third. We just had one not that long ago, so I'm kind of surprised that there's another one, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and jump in and cover the event and see what we think of it. And then I'm going to go and talk about my squad a little bit. I am highly unimpressed with my squad. I'm leveling up and I'm getting weaker. The higher level I'm getting, the weaker I'm getting. So we're going to touch on that at the end. And hopefully this will not be a super long video. Just want to cover out what the event is, talk about my squad, and that will likely be it. So, all right. So this, as we've seen before, and what you do in these types of events, you have three different paths. You basically go play the game, do all aspects of the game, which I usually like because you get rewarded just by playing the game. And as you can see, I have some bullets just by playing the game, and that's going to be our event currency. So if we click up here on the question mark, it tells us this is basically saying every single thing that's part of the normal game. So at my level, I get the railway station, get the massacres over the weekend, you PvP on the map, you do tunnels, you do watching the ads, which you can do every 2 hours, you get bullets. And let me quickly go over here where we have the brief description here. Make this the screenshot here. The Way of the Punisher. Complete the Way of the Punisher in its entirety to get special multi-purpose weapon with unique ability and other useful rewards. And we don't have any else for the update. So that's what it is. And as you guys know, it's the same thing that we've seen before. And if you're new here, I'll be saying a lot of the things I've said before, but at lower levels, it's easy to complete this event. You just play the game, and you don't need a lot of these event currencies, the bullets, to complete everything. I mean, you need to play for sure. You need to be grinding, and if you don't get enough, you can buy bullets. At this level, I'm Command Center 9, so if I wanted to buy the most expensive legendary set, it's going to cost me 4250 crypto coins to get 19,000, and 19,000 is helpful. And at lower levels, I don't even know. So at Command Center 5 and 6, I mean, this is way lower and much more affordable, and you get a lot that will do a lot. So it's going to be at lower levels. These events are highly useful. You get legendary equipment that's good and useful, and you can usually get all of it. So at lower levels, it's good. At higher levels, it's harder because you need to grind like crazy. And even I did hear for the last. Where did we see this? I think it was Hustle Castle. The last Hustle, wherever we had this last time, there was a level 9 person that went. They said they grinded the entire time and they were able to complete it. So it is possible, certainly. But at 10, I'm not even sure without spending crypto coins to do that. So there's certainly a challenge as you get further in the game. So here's the prizes you're going to get if you get all the way through. We'll go ahead and go up this tier and we'll cover it. And then I'm going to go and I didn't do the calculations here, but I'm going to roughly calculate what it's going to cost to do one path. And they're different. There's different rewards in each one, and the cost is slightly different. They're close, but they're similar. So at my level at Command Center 9, at these bottom levels, you just get some materials. It's stuff that's useful, especially when you're doing the tunnels on the weekends. You get some bracelets. As you get more powerful, getting a rare anything is not really useful. Maybe if you just leveled up, but if you had legendaries on the level below, a rare at the next level is not going to be as good as your previous legendary. So most of these down here are not really going to be worth it. You get materials so you can craft other ones, which sure, it's okay. So here you can get 15, so you can craft an epic out of that. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. I get some crypto coins, nothing spectacular. So now we're starting to get things a little bit more useful. So we still got rares, but they're devices, and we got some green chips. I'm trying not to put any green chips in, so I only want purple or above. Maybe blue. I think I might have some blues in there as well. Blues certainly getting a little bit better still. And then now we start getting to more useful items, and as you can see, they get significantly more expensive. Epic devices certainly useful. These legendary components are used to put what are they called in this game? Chips in this game. You can level up your chips. And now we get to the really good stuff. We got the bracelet here. We got a damage chip, highly useful. Health chip, highly useful. And then you got legendary, legendary. All good stuff, of course. It doesn't tell you what it is. It's going to be somewhat random, but it's going to be the level will be at whatever your top level person is. My top fighter is an 85, so I can get the top level 85 if I get it, but it could be as low as 82. These are just random, nothing special. And then if you go a little bit higher, you get epic material. You need 10 of those to make a legendary, so you get half of a legendary item there as well. And then here's the main one. So these four right at the top are these right here, obviously. So I haven't looked at these yet, so let's go ahead and take a look. Historically, they're okay. They're not spectacular. They're certainly not game changers. Certainly not anything that's going to change how a lot of the top people are playing. But at lower levels, like I said, if you don't have a lot of those materials or you're still missing epics and stuff, I mean legendaries, any legendary is good. So these are all good as far as that goes. So if we go up this path, you're going to get a weapon that will be for your engineer. And it's going to be casting a protective shield on an ally. And it will absorb damage. And let's see if the field wears off or is destroyed, the enemy will take damage equal to the duration. The field removes stun, concussion, and slow from the target. So that is good. I've tried this out in a different game. It was in American Dad. I had something similar. I did not really get good results because I want my engineer in the middle to be more of a support role as far as healing me or resurrecting me if I die. This one's, sure, it's helpful because it allows you to get a shield that's absorbing damage. Especially this one actually might even be better because mine was a lot lower. So it's absorbing 4,000 plus whatever you're going to get with the chemistry damage, and this is giving you good chemistry damage too. So this actually might be okay. Not my way of playing. I don't really like it for my way of playing, but it's something that could be okay. This one I actually like. I did take a quick look at this one. So you get a legendary axe. Axes have a chance for splash damage, and if you ruin this up, sorry, not ruin this game, prototype this up, it also allows you to have a chance to do triple damage, and that certainly makes an axe way more useful. So that's what a lot of the top people in Hustle Castle are running. They're running a runed axe for their tank, and if you can, it has to be runed or prototyped in this game, and it's a big damage dealer. Even though tank isn't primarily a damage dealer, you can get good use with that axe. But this one also, since it's an event axe, you also have when attacking is a 30% chance to throw an axe at the enemy at the lowest health, dealing weapon damage. So we're going to get 5,000 at the person with the lowest health. So you got a chance to kill somebody there. And then let's see, the throw may trigger all the weapons effects. So you might get another crit going here again, or you might get splash damage. So that's a good one for sure. We're going to decide what path we're going to go up. Maybe we'll consider that one. Right now, my tank on my squad is just basically trying to last. So I got to restore armor and actually increased health armor and restore weapon. So this is probably not going to fit into my current setup, and I don't have the prototype for this either because I didn't get that last event, so that certainly hurts. And we have a weapon here, so let's take a look at this one. Alright, so we got big damage here coming from a rifle, very good. When attacking, has a chance to do enemy damage to a group, and this is one of the best of the sharpshooters here in the back, what you want them to do. Plus, this also has a ricochet off there and hits a nearby enemy up to 4 times, and each ricochet is reduced by 25%. So you hit the first one, it goes to the second one, it goes to the third one, and it's not quite as much damage as it's going back. Highly useful. So that would be a good one. We actually have a good rifle already, but this could be an even better one. So that might be where we go. So that's what you get, and if you finish all of those, you have to. There were some questions in the previous Hustle Castle one. Somebody finished the path and they wanted to get the artifact up top, and they couldn't get it, and they didn't know why, or the multi-purpose here in this event, or in this game. The reason you can't is you have to complete all 3. So all of these lines are going in here. So you need to complete all 3 paths here before you can go ahead and buy this legendary multi-purpose weapon. And it's a good one. Summons a zombie that has okay health and has some damage, and after showing up deals damage to everybody, so that's good. Summons a zombie that does splash damage and stuns, helpful. Stuns a zombie, concusses enemies, showing up dealing 8,000 damage over 2 seconds on death, summons 2 weaker zombies. So those are all good for sure, and especially at lower levels. Like I said, this will be highly, highly useful. So this will be a good one. My squad doesn't have a lot of multi-purpose weapons. For me, it would be extremely useful, but the problem is it's going to cost me way more than I possibly can handle. Because if we go back here and look at the buy again, it's going to cost 4,250 crypto coins, so half of my crypto coins, to get 19,000, and that's not even enough to buy this. So you need to. So we'd have to buy. I mean, we'll see how many we're going to get here, but we have 10 days to do it too. By the way, you're probably as much as I'm going to be able to play this, I'm going to have to be buying a lot. And then also at the top, you have a chance to get some orange chips, which are ridiculously good and very helpful to your squad, but ridiculously expensive as well. So, and I don't think they offer these at lower levels because you can't put chips at under Command Center 8. So, I think it's 8. So I don't know what they have up there. Probably nothing. So that is the event. That's what you're getting. So, like I said, I got 4,200, and you just get it by playing. You play all aspects of the game. You should make sure you grind all your food and use it all. Don't waste it, and you're gonna get a lot of good materials. But the question is, what are you going to focus on? If you're lower levels or you're grinding tons, you can get it all. For sure, go for all of it. But if you can't, you need to pick one path or pick the way that you're going to get the most useful items. When I had this in Hustle Castle, I actually went to the bottom here. There's a lot of good useful stuff that I was looking for at the bottom, so I ended up taking all the bottoms out of all of them, and then I went up near the top on one of them. So it's you just need to review the content here and see what's good for you and what's going to help you. So let's go up this right path for the rifle here, because that's one that would be potentially useful. So I'm going to just do some rounding here. So 30 and 70, that's 100. 600, 700, 780, 1080. Let's see, 11, 12, 13, 17, 3,000, 4,000, 13,000, 18,000, 19,000, 24,000 to go up one path. I have a feeling I could do that. Because, I mean, I played one day. I have a feeling I'll be playing less. Got an event going on American Dad right now. More than likely tomorrow morning, within a few hours, will be a new event starting Hustle Castle, and this event. So there'll be 3 events going at the same time, and I can't grind all 3 of them. It's challenging enough to do even one, so I won't be able to get this level probably for the next 9 days. But let's just do a quick average. So if we did 10 days at that level, that would be 40,000, which would be close to doing 2 paths. So given that, I could see how people could actually complete this at this command center, because it's my squad is weak and horrible, and I'm not getting much for doing the arena because I keep losing. But if you got a squad that's set up properly and you can grind the arena, you can get a lot there. Plus, you're fighting people constantly on your map. I can see you getting enough to do that. So, if I just, I'll certainly review it, and if we can keep this level going each day, and we get close, maybe I could consider spending the crypto coins to go up and get it all, because it would certainly help me getting some of these. But at the same time, I would go broke on crypto coins more than likely, and I don't know if I really want to do that, especially on this event. And the other downside to my squad is, like I said, I don't have the prototype for this guy. I don't have the prototype for this guy. So they're good for sure, but they're not going to move me to the next level that are going to help me really compete and dominate. And until I get those prototypes, I'm not going to be able to. So, but they're I will get those prototypes at some point in the future. I'm not concerned about that. So, it might be worth going ahead and getting them and just putting them in storage until I actually need them. So that's what I'm going to have to think about over the next 10 days. So let me know in the comments. Are you guys going to grind this one like crazy, trying to get everything? What command center are you, and how high do you think you're going to be getting? Are you going to get that legendary artifact or not? And if you're one of the ones that actually goes for those chips, let me know. Do you focus only on the chips, or can you even do that? I was wondering if people would just go and get the chips and only the chips, but maybe you have to complete everything before you can consider it. Let's see. It looks like based on this you do. Yeah, you have to get the ones before. So you can't even think about getting these until you do that. So that's interesting. All right, let's take a quick look at the squad. I just changed it up a little bit right before this video. Let's do a quick look here. So I had 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, and an 84. And I was trying to do that because I wanted to be in they call it the 85S bracket, but that doesn't seem to exist here in Zero City because I've fought in arenas and I've been battling people with hundreds, full 85, 6x85, and 5x85 and a 1x100. So obviously they don't have the 85S bracket here in this game. Um, since I'm missing those prototypes, my squad power is at like 15. I don't know, 50. I'm gonna guess. I'm not sure. I can probably look and see what my actually I don't know if they have historical high in this game. Let's see. So if you click on here, yeah, it does. Okay. So here's my historical high right there, 1528. And that's what I was fighting when I had my 85s, 5x85 and 1x84. And I just changed. I couldn't beat a lot of people below me. And I was stronger. I felt like I was beating more people when I had a squad power of like 1.2 million. And now I'm at 1.5 and I can't beat anybody. So just right before this, I decided to kind of rework the squad a little bit. So this is our primary damage dealer, and this is the one that I don't think I want to replace. But if we would go up that right path in this event, we would, this is the weapon we'd be looking at. This is a good one, and we got it ruined up, which is good. So we got doing damage plus affecting damage to everybody, and then there's a chance to increase crit. So it's good, plus we got all those chips in there too. So very good for sure. And, we also have him ruined up here, dealing good damage here as well. Remember, taking damage has a chance to increase dodge of the whole group. So he's very, very good. And he's got the multi-purpose weapon. So that guy is good. But he's or girl, sorry. Look like a guy. Allison. But nobody else is really dominating. So we have what I have right now. I put him as a res. And I had a person in there with a stabby daggers and they're doing lots of damage, and when they died they would stun everybody. So the idea was have them go in, explode, stun everybody or die pretty quickly, do some quick damage, die, stun everybody, be resurrected, and then everybody else is doing damage while they're stunned, and then he or she, who is this? Oh, I don't know, I changed the name. Keep going. And then we got a restore. Oh, I didn't have a restore. I had two res mage going. It just didn't seem to really work very good. The assassin setup for me just never seems to work. So I just recently pulled that out and I put another chemist in there. So we got this res mage in there. Sorry, chemist. And this is one I put in there. We'll come back to that in a second. And I got this res chemist in there. So we got a reanimation, whatever. So I ended up getting rid of my daggers and put another engineer in here. And this is only a max level 70, but it's a prototyped one. So we got big restore here. We got, 23,000-ish over 4 seconds. Plus it has a chance to cast a shield, which is blocking. It's not a huge shield, but it's still a little bit of a shield. So it seems like this is helping. Getting prototypes in there is huge. And that's one of the reasons I got weaker, I think, because I lost 2 prototypes by upgrading. And that's certainly hurt my squad. Plus, it allows me to use this multi-purpose weapon as well that I couldn't use once I upgraded. It's not tons, but it's a little bit. So I got that going. I think that's been helping. And then I made one other change, and I had a little level 85 rifle in here. DPS was actually higher. It was like 8,500 per second. Or maybe 8,200, not quite as high. But here we got a bigger crit, we got a bigger dodge. And one of these defenses is bigger as well. And again, so we got the prototype from the level 70. So we got 2 rifles with prototypes, and this is the lower one. So a chance to deal damage to a group over time as well. And then it has a chance to stun. So it's actually been useful, and I've been finding that they've been doing some extra damage. And one controversial move I made after I did this is I had this multi-purpose on him. Samuel, him, and I had it, and I was using it, and then I finally had a backstab in the arena store. It's only an epic, so I was really questioning it, but it was cheaper, so I thought maybe it was fine, and it was lower level. So I mean, it was a very controversial call in my book. Buying an epic, I don't think I've ever done before on purpose, and downgrading from a legendary to an epic, and getting it for a lower level who I don't know how long I'm going to use. Obviously it's working for me, so I might do it. But anyway, so I got it. Jury's still out. I'm like, I'm going to do some tests back and forth with both of these. This will, if I don't have backstab, then Samuel's going to stay in the back and doing damage from the back. So I will see if that's helpful or not. But so far I did one arena and I won some fights that I hadn't been winning recently. So my overall squad power dropped by about 30,000 and I got significantly stronger. So So it's it's a way forward. So we'll see what happens with the event and this squad and see how it changes. But I don't like my squad at all, and I don't do very good. And it's challenging to play the game when the squad is just not set up. So I did make the comment many months ago that I was going to upgrade this up to 100 as quickly as possible, and then just slowly get the good gear. But seeing how difficult it is at this level, it's only 85, and it's going to take forever to get to 100. I think I'm going to stay here at 85 for a while and camp out, get maxed out, get properly leveled, get good so I can be competitive in the arena, and then I'll consider getting up there. So more than likely, I'll get a full squad of 85s by then. We'll get all the stuff built that we haven't built. We'll certainly be getting there, and I'm gonna take my time and do that right because it's just gonna set me back that much further behind, and it's already painful at this point. So that is the direction and the way forward. And this event may or may not help it. We'll see where we go. I won't spend any of my bullets until later. Once we see how many we're gonna get and see what kind of stuff we can get. So we got 10 days to do it. So be grinding as much as possible, basically be probably getting one of the events going at all times while I'm doing other stuff. So hopefully not distracting myself from my normal life too much. So that is what we have going for the event in Zero City, the Way of the Punisher. So let me know if you guys are playing and what you're getting, if you got anything yet. I don't know how much people grind or if you're willing to pay, how high you've gotten. So let me know. And I will be back sometime in the next 10 days to cover where I'm at and where we're going and check in to see how everybody's doing. So this has been QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I will talk to you later. See ya.